Greeting everyone and welcome to our video forum discussion. Today, we will discuss the impact of artificial intelligence on modern classrooms. In recent years, artificial intelligence or AI has become one of the most influential technologies in education. We often hear students and teachers talking about tools such as ChatGPT, Grammarly, Google Gemini, Duolingo, and various automated grading systems. What makes these technologies particularly interesting is that they are not only changing the way students learn, but also transforming how teachers teach, assist, and support learners. As we know, traditionally, education relies heavily on face-to-face instruction, textbooks, and standardized teaching methods. However, AI has introduced new possibilities such as personalized learning, intelligent tutoring system, instant feedback, and automated assessment. So these innovations are reshaping the educational landscape and raising important questions about the future of teaching and learning. Therefore, throughout today's discussion, we will explore how AI tools such as chatbots, adaptive learning platforms, and grading systems are influencing modern classrooms. We will also discuss their benefits, challenges, real-world applications, and future implications. So, to begin our discussion, I would like to invite Sylvie Presta Yuta. Okay, Sylvie. When people hear the term artificial intelligence, many immediately think about tools like ChatGPT. Could you explain what AI is and how AI-powered chatbots are changing the way students learn today?
Thank you, Ellie. Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that are capable of performing tasks that normally require human intelligence. These tasks include understanding information, recognizing patterns, making decisions, solving problems, and even communicating with people. In education, one of the most visual form of AI is the use of a chatbot such as ChatGPT and Google Gemini. AI-powered chatbots are changing the learning experience because they provide immediate access to information and support. In the past, students often has to wait until the next class season to ask the teacher question or seek classification. Today, students can interact with AI chatbot at any time and receive explanation within seconds. For example, a student who is struggling to understand mathematics concept can ask ChatGPT to explain the topic using simpler language or provide step-by-step solution. Similarly, students learning English can use AI chatbots to improve grammar, vocabulary, and writing skills through interactive conversation. What makes chatbot practically verbal is their ability to support independent learning. Students are no longer limited by classroom hour because they can access assistance whenever they need it. This flexibility encourages learners to become more proactive and responsible for their own learning. However, it is also important to remember that chatbots should be used as learning companions rather than replacement for critical thinking. A student should evaluate information carefully and use AI as a tool to deepen understanding rather than simply copying answers. Overall, AI chatbots are reshaping teaching, learning by making educational support more accessible, immediate, and personalized. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Sylvie. I think one of the most interesting points you mentioned is the idea that students can access learning support anytime and anywhere, right? This certainly creates opportunities for more flexible learning experience. However, not all students learn in the same way or at the same pace. Some students may require additional support, while others may be ready for more advanced challenges. This brings us to another important AI innovation in education, which is adaptive learning platforms. So, Nearly Casey, could you explain what adaptive learning platforms are and how they help create more personalized learning experience for students?
Thank you, Ellie. Adaptive learning platforms are AI-powered educational systems designed to adjust learning content according to a student's individual needs, abilities, and learning progress. Unlike traditional teaching methods where every student receives the same instructions, adaptive learning technologies recognize that students learn differently and therefore require different types of support. Examples of adaptive learning platforms include Duolingo, Khan Academy, and Alex. These platforms continuously collect and analyze information about student performance. Based on that data, the system can identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas that require improvement. For instance, if a student repeatedly struggles with a particular topic, the platform may automatically provide additional exercises, simpler explanations, or alternative learning materials. On the other hand, students who demonstrate strong understanding may be presented with more challenging content to further develop their knowledge. This approach helps ensure that students are learning at a pace that matches their individual abilities. As a result, students often experience less frustration because they receive support tailored specifically to their needs. From an educational perspective, adaptive learning platforms represent a significant shift from teacher-centered instructions to learner-centered education. They encourage students to take ownership of their learning while providing continuous feedback and guidance. Therefore, adaptive learning platforms are transforming modern classrooms by making education more personalized, inclusive, and responsive to individual learning differences. That's all.
Alright, thank you, Neoli. I find it fascinating that AI can actually identify a student's strengths and weaknesses and adjust learning materials accordingly. This demonstrates how technologies can support a more personalized approach to education. While adaptive learning platforms focus primarily on supporting student learning, AI is also transforming another important aspect of education, which is assessment. So, Clarice, assessment is something that every teacher and student experience. Could you explain how AI grading system changing the way teachers assess student performance?
Thanks, Ellie. Assessment is an essential part of the educational process because it helps teacher evaluate student understanding and learning progress. Traditionally, grading assignment, quizzes, and examination requires significant time and effort from teachers, particularly when managing large classes. AI grading systems have been developed to address this challenge. This system use artificial intelligence to assess student work more efficiently and provide timely feedback. Examples include GradeScope and AI support assessment tools integrate within modern learning management system. These technologies can automatically evaluate objective questions, analyze student response, and generate performance reports. One major advantage of AI grading system is speed. Students can receive feedback almost immediately after completing assessment, allowing them to identify mistakes and improve their understanding more quickly. In addition, AI system can help teachers identify common learning difficulties among students. By analyzing assessment data, teachers can determine which topic require additional attention and adjust their teaching strategies accordingly. Although our grading system cannot fully replace human judgment, especially when evaluating creativity and critical thinking. They provide valuable support that improve efficiency and enhance the overall assessment process. As a result, AI grading systems are reshaping teaching and learning by making assessment faster, more consistent, and more informative. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Clarice and everyone for the insightful explanation regarding chatbots, adaptive learning platform, and AI grading systems. From our discussion so far, it is clear that AI offers many opportunities to improve education. However, like any technology, AI also raises important questions and concerns. Therefore, I would like to move this discussion into a more critical perspective. My first question is for Sylvie. Today, many students use ChatGPT to help them complete assignments, answer questions, and generate ideas. Some educators or teachers believe this improves learning, while others worry that students may become too dependent on AI. In your opinion, does AI make students smarter learners or does it encourage dependency?
Yeah, thank you, Ellie. I believe the answer depends largely on how AI is used by student. On one hand, AI can make students smarter learners because it provides instant access to explanations, example, and additional learning resources. Students who are generally interested in understanding a topic can use AI to deepen their knowledge, clarify in difficult concept, and explore idea beyond what is taught in the classroom. For example, if a student doesn't understand a mathematical problem, ChatGPT can provide step-by-step explanation and alternative approaches. This can help students develop a stronger understanding of the concept rather than simply memorizing procedures. However, I also understand the concept about dependency. Some students may use AI merely to obtain answer without making an effort to understand the reason behind them. In such cases, AI could reduce opportunities for independent thinking and problem solving. Therefore, I believe AI itself is not the problem. The real issue is whether students use AI as a learning tool or a shortcut. When used responsibly, AI can enhance learning, but when misused, it may weaken a critical thinking skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. I think you raised an important point about responsible use. Now, Neoli, would you like to respond to Sylvie's perspective? Do you agree that the issue lies more in how students use AI rather than the technology itself?
Yes, I strongly agree with Sylvie's perspective. In my opinion, technology itself is neither good nor bad. Its impact depends on how people choose to use it. Throughout history, new technologies have been often raised concerns. For example, calculators were once criticized because some people believe students would stop learning basic arithmetic skills. However, calculators eventually became accepted educational tools when used appropriately. I believe AI is experiencing a similar situation today. Instead of preventing students from using AI, educators should focus on teaching digital literacy. Educators should focus on teaching digital literacy and responsible AI usage. Students need to learn how to evaluate AI generated information, verify sources, and think critically about the responses they receive. Furthermore, adaptive learning platforms demonstrate that AI can actually encourage active learning rather than passive learning. These systems continuously challenge students at appropriate levels, requiring them to engage with content rather than simply receive answers. Therefore, I believe AI has the potential to strengthen learning when combined with effective guidance from teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelly. That comparison with calculators is certainly interesting. Now, I would like to shift our focus to assessment. Clarice, AI grading systems are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Some people argue that AI can assess student work more objectively than humans, while others believe important aspects of learning may be overlooked. In your opinion, can AI grading systems truly be fair and accurate?
Thank you, Ellie. I believe AI grading system offers several advantages in terms of consistency and efficiency. Unlike human assessor, AI does not experience fatigue, emotions, or personal bias. This means that similar response can be evaluated using the same criteria, potentially increasing fairness in assessment. However, I do not believe AI grading systems are perfect. Education involves more than simply identifying correct or incorrect answer. Many assignments require creativity, critical thinking, interpretation, and original ideas. These qualities can be difficult for AI system to evaluate accurately. For example, two students may produce very different essays, yet both could demonstrate excellent critical thinking. A human teacher may recognize the strength of each essay, whereas an AI system may focus primarily on predetermined criteria. Therefore, I believe AI grading system should complement human judgment rather than replace it. The most effective approach may involve collaboration between AI and teachers, where AI handles routine assessment tasks while educators evaluate higher order thinking skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Clarice. Your point highlights the importance of maintaining human involvement in educational assessment. Now, Siti, based on the everything discussed so far, do you think AI is changing the role of teachers in a positive or negative way?
Thank you, Ellie. Overall, I believe AI is changing the role of teacher in a positive way. Traditionally, teachers spend a considerable amount of time on administrative responsibilities such as grading assignment, preparing materials, and tracking student progress. AI now helps automate many of these tasks, allowing teachers to focus more on teaching and supporting students. In modern classrooms, teachers are increasingly becoming facilitators of learning rather than simply provider of information. Students today can access information from numerous sources, including AI tools. Therefore, teachers play a crucial role in helping students evaluate information, think critically, and apply knowledge effectively. However, this shift also requires teachers to continuously develop their technological skill and adapt to new educational practice. While some educators may find this change challenging, I believe the long-term benefits outweigh the difficulties because AI can support teacher in creating more engaging and personalized learning experience.
Alright, thank you, Siti. Finally, I would like to ask Natasha a broader question. Looking at the increasing use of AI in education, what challenges do schools and universities need to address to ensure that AI is used effectively and ethically?
Thank you, Ellie. I believe there are several important challenges that educational institutions must address. First, there are concerns regarding academic integrity. Students may use AI tools to complete assignments without genuinely engaging in the learning process. Second, data privacy is becoming an increasingly significant issue. Many AI systems collect user data to improve their performance, and institutions must ensure that students' information is protected and used responsibly. Another challenge involves connections. Sorry. Another challenge involves accessibility. Not all students have equal access to technology or reliable internet connections. If AI becomes a major component of education, educational institutions must ensure that all students have fair opportunity to benefit from their technologies. Finally, there is a need for teachers training. Educators must understand how AI works, its strengths and limitations, and how it can be integrated effectively into teaching practice. Therefore, while AI presents exciting opportunities, successful implementation requires careful planning, ethical consideration, and ongoing support for both teachers and students.
Alright, thank you, Natasha and everyone, for sharing your perspective regarding the opportunities and challenges of AI in education. Throughout our discussion, we have explored how AI tools such as chatbots, adaptive learning platform, and grading system are transforming teaching and learning. We have also considered important issues such as dependency, fairness, ethics, and accessibility. As we approach the end of our forum, I would like us to look towards the future. Technology continues to evolve rapidly, and many experts predict that AI will become even more integrated into educational system over the next decade. Therefore, I would like to ask each panel member to share their thoughts on how AI may shape the future of education. Sylvie, let us begin with you. What do you think classroom will look like in the next 10 years if AI continues to develop at its current pace?
Okay, thank you, Ellie. I believe classroom in the future will become significantly more personalized and technology driven that they are today. Instead of all students following exactly the same learning pathway, AI system may continuously monitor learning progress and automatically adapt lesson according to each student needs, strength, and weakness. For example, students who excel in certain subject could be provided with more advanced material, while those who need additional support could receive a target intervention immediately. AI-powered visual assistant may also become a common learning companions. Students could interact with intelligent systems that provide explanation, answer questions, and offer feedback throughout the learning process. However, I do not believe future classroom will become completely dependent on technology. Human interaction will remain important because education is not only about acquiring knowledge, but also about developing communication skill, empathy, teamwork, and emotional intelligence. Therefore, I imagine further a future classroom as environment where teacher and AI work together to support student access. That's all.
Thank you, Sylvie. That vision of collaboration between teachers and AI is certainly interesting. So, Nearly, from a student perspective, what opportunities do you think AI could create in the future?
From a student perspective, I believe that AI will create many exciting opportunities for learning. One significant advantage is increased accessibility. Students may be able to access high quality educational resources regardless of their location, socioeconomic background, or learning challenges. AI could also help identify learning difficulties much earlier than traditional methods. For instance, intelligent systems may detect patterns indicating that a student is struggling with a concept before the problem becomes serious. Furthermore, AI may provide greater flexibility in learning. Students could learn through various formats such as interactive simulations, virtual environments, intelligent tutoring systems, and personalized learning pathways. I also believe AI can encourage lifelong learning. Since knowledge and skills continue to evolve throughout our lives, AI may help individuals continuously develop new competency beyond formal education. Nevertheless, students must continue developing critical thinking, creativity, and ethical decision making skills because these human abilities will remain valuable regardless of technological advancements. Thank you.
Thank you, Nearly. You highlight an important point about the continued importance of human skills. So Clarice, as AI becomes more advanced, how do you think assessment and evaluation might change in the future?
Thank you, Ellie. I believe assessment practice will become more continuous, personalized, and data driven. Traditionally, assessment often focuses on examination conduct at specific point in time. However, AI may enable continuous monitoring of student progress throughout the learning process. This means that teachers could gain a more comprehensive understanding of student learning rather than relying solely on examination results. AI system may also provide predictive analytics that help identify students at risk of falling behind, allowing early intervention and support. At the same time, future assessment methods may place greater emphasis on creativity, collaboration, communication, and problem-solving skills because these are areas where human capabilities remain particularly important. Therefore, while AI may improve assessment efficiency, educators will still play a critical role in evaluating complex forms of learning and personal development.
Thank you, Clarice. So, Siti, earlier you mentioned that AI is changing the role of teachers. Looking ahead, what role do you think teachers will play in AI enhanced classrooms?
Thank you. I believe the role of teacher will become even more important, although it may look different from traditional teaching roles. In the future, teacher may spend less time delivering information and more time guiding students in how to use information effectively. Teacher will act as mentor, facilitator, and role models who help students develop critical thinking, ethical awareness, communication skill, and emotional intelligence. AI can provide information, but it cannot fully understand student emotion, motivation, personal experience, or social needs. For example, when students face personal difficulties, emotional challenge, or motivational issue, they often need empathy and encouragement from trust adults rather than technological solution. Therefore, I believe teacher will continue to be at the heart of education, even as AI become increasingly integrated into classroom practice.
Alright, thank you, Siti. Finally, Natasha, I would like to ask perhaps that most debated question in discussion sessions about AI. Do you believe AI will eventually replace teachers in the future? Why or why not?
Thank you, Ellie. In my opinion, AI will not replace teachers, although it will undoubtedly change how teaching and learning take place. AI is extremely effective at processing information, providing instant feedback, analyzing data, and supporting personalized learning. However, education involves much more than these technical functions. Teachers build relationship with students, inspire confidence, encourage perseverance, and help shape val- sorry and help shape values and character. This aspect of education require empathy, emotional understanding, and human connection. Additionally, teachers play an important role in fostering collaboration, communication, leadership, and social development. This experience cannot be fully replicated by technology. Therefore, I believe the future of education is not a competition between AI and teachers. Instead, it is a partnership where AI enhances educational efficiency while teachers continue providing the humans guidance that student needs. Ultimately, the most successful educational environments will be those that combine technological innovation with meaningful human interaction.
Thank you, Natasha, and thank you to you all. Today we explore how artificial intelligence is reshaping modern classroom through tools such as chatbots, adaptive learning platform, and AI grading system. So we hope this discussion has provided valuable insight into the impact of artificial intelligence on modern classroom. So that's all for today. Have a wonderful day and thank you once again.